Charles Kenny, Getting Better, Why Global Development is Succeeding and How We Can Improve the World Even More. Dive into the world of Getting Better, Why Global Development is Succeeding and How We Can Improve the World Even More, by Charles Kenny, a book that challenges widely held beliefs regarding income disparity and global development. Delve into the complexities of the gap between the richest and poorest countries, the limitations of economic growth theories, and why improvements in quality of life are not solely dependent on high income. As you explore these intricate topics, you'll discover the importance of focusing on quality of life progress for a more comprehensive understanding of global development.
Understanding global wealth disparities. It is a well-known fact that income gaps exist within and between countries. However, the extent of these disparities is nothing short of astounding. Around 1 billion people globally survive on less than $1 a day, in stark contrast to the continuous growth experienced by rich nations. African income levels, for instance, have remained stagnant since the 1960s, with Senegal's income per capita decreasing between 1960 and 2004. In comparison, the U.S. GDP per capita was roughly 26 times higher in 2004. The lifetime income of a rural Zambian is $10,000, whereas the average New Yorker earns $4.5 million. Additionally, the richest-poorest gap between nations has increased from approximately 33-fold in 1950 to around 127-fold today. Illustrating this point, in 2008, the Netherlands had an income per capita of $24,695, while Congo Zaire's was just $249. Furthermore, India's poorest in 1993 had income levels comparable to medieval English peasants. These shocking statistics underline the tremendous advantages for those residing in more affluent nations. Economic growth theory's flaws. Economic growth theories lack a one-size-fits-all approach to alleviate poverty and stimulate growth in underdeveloped countries. These theories assume that all countries function similarly, but real-world evidence contradicts this belief. For example, Zambia should have been wealthy according to an investment-to-growth model, but its GDP per capita remained low. Moreover, predicting future growth is challenging due to the unique aspects and varying factors influencing each country's economic progress. With economic growth being a context-dependent, complex phenomenon, the only scientifically valid answer to what causes growth is, it depends. Consequently, finding a solution for poor countries may involve trial and error, acknowledging that it may not be a fully satisfying approach. Unprecedented global progress. Our lives today surpass anything our ancestors could have imagined just a century ago. Across the globe, rapid advancements are evident in areas such as health, education, civil and political rights, infrastructure, communication, and culture. Remarkable examples include a 50% decrease in infant mortality rate since 1960, doubled literacy rates in sub-Saharan Africa between 1970 and 1999, and a leap in life expectancy from 48 to 69 years in the Middle East and North Africa within just 4 decades. This enhancement in quality of life is a worldwide phenomenon, bringing greater equality between countries. The consistent increase in global life expectancy and equitable distribution of good health demonstrate our collective achievements. So, next time you worry about your life's quality, remember the true wonders of living in this era, far removed from the Middle Ages. The good life redefined. The good life is becoming more affordable due to the global exchange of ideas and advancements in technology. Agricultural innovations have slashed the costs of living and diminished the risks of large-scale famines by lowering food prices by nearly 50% since the mid-20th century. This progress now extends to health, where low-cost, easy-to-adopt practices like adding bleach to drinking water in developing countries have significantly reduced diarrhea cases by 50 to 80%. Oral rehydration with a simple sugar-salt water solution has effectively treated cholera and other diarrheal illnesses. Governments are increasingly showing efficiency in delivering essential services like education, healthcare, and political access. With emerging technologies and ideas, the cost of a good life will continue to drop, making it more attainable for wider populations. Beyond income growth. Contrary to popular belief, income growth is not the primary factor in measuring development. Instead, development should focus on the quality of life aspects such as life expectancy, education, and political liberties. Income is merely a tool to achieve these fundamental objectives. In recent years, despite economic disparities, the world has seen dramatic improvements in healthcare, education, and security. With decreasing global poverty levels and rising life expectancy, it's essential to take a broader view of development that encompasses overall well-being rather than just economic growth. Prioritize quality of life progress. Designing effective economic policies means focusing on improving the quality of life. Although there's no proven direct correlation between an enhanced quality of life and immediate economic growth, indicators like better healthcare, education, and political rights can all contribute to positive long-term economic outcomes. For instance, the reduction in child mortality from improved healthcare leads to lower birth rates, causing a demographic shift that can boost the economy over time. Supporting proper governance results in greater dissemination of health and hygiene knowledge, while a good education system offers more opportunities in life. Policymakers should steer clear of policies that compromise quality of life for instant income growth, especially since history has shown that extreme approaches to economic expansion have minimal long-term impact. Ultimately, the goal of any economic policy should be to advance quality of life progress. Accelerating global quality of life. To enhance the overall quality of life for everyone, richer nations must encourage beneficial trade, migration, and military policies. Migration drives income convergence within countries, and allowing freer movement of people is essential. Moreover, globally advocating nationally recognized universal values such as peace, infrastructure, healthcare, and education can ensure everyone can engage in sustainable, healthy, and productive activities. Though there may be uncertainties about the best approaches, this should not deter efforts to improve our global quality of life. A seemingly insignificant investment, such as $1 spent on an insecticide-treated bed net, can make a significant impact on a child's life in Africa.
In conclusion, Getting Better underscores that income growth is not the sole factor to consider when analyzing development. Instead, the focus should be on enhancing the quality of life across aspects such as healthcare, education, and political rights. Policies at both global and national levels should aim for steady improvements in quality of life, considering that economic growth theories have limited applicability. With a broader and more nuanced outlook on development, humanity can continue to make strides towards a better life for all.